everyone, good morning. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in rough shape today, so I apologize. My energy level's gonna be like pretty bad. So this is officially my first kind of Wegovy update. So if anyone watched my latest video last week, you know that I was moved over from the highest dose, 3 milligrams of Saxenda, to Wegovy, 1.7 milligrams. Now, if you've watched that video, you also know that my pen malfunctioned, failed on me, and pretty much all of the medication just ended up all over the floor. It was a bad time. And I have been nervous for the past week about going basically an entire week without medication and then starting up the Wegovy, especially considering that I'm starting at 1.7 milligrams, which is pretty high. It's the second to the highest dose, I think. Excuse me, I'm struggling today. Anyways, the reason I'm starting at that dose, per my doctor's recommendation, is because I was on the highest dose of Saxenda and I was moving over. But I feel like things kind of shifted a little bit because I technically, I think it's after 3 days or something like that, all the medication, all the Saxenda is pretty much out of your body. And so because I had that failure of the first Wegovy pen, I pretty much, had gone that full week without anything. And last night took the Wegovy successfully this time. I had mentioned in the last video that I was going to reach out to my doctor to see what he wanted me to do, and that was the final thing. He said, just, next week, take the Wegovy on schedule. Didn't want to risk, taking any more or anything else, not knowing exactly how much of the medication I might have gotten into my body. Now, I will say over the past week, I was horrible. I ate a ton. I was really bad. I fell into binging again. And the food noise was back, and I was super hungry. I did not feel full after any amount of food. I just constantly felt hungry. It was so horrible. That being said, so my starting weight, I weighed myself yesterday before, because I knew I was going to take the Wegovy last night and hopefully be successful this time. And my weight was 203.8. So I actually went up a little under 2 pounds from when I last updated you all from my Saxenda journey. So starting at 203.8. Now, I took my shot last night. I actually did it in my belly again. I know I said I wasn't going to. I said I was going to do my thigh because I felt like that would be fail-proof, but I was given a lot of advice from people who have been on Wegovy for a long time on how to get it to work on my stomach, and my stomach has just worked well for me up till now with the Saxenda and everything, so I wanted to stick with that if possible. I did the V technique thing. So they say to do this with your fingers, press against your stomach or the skin, wherever you're going to do your injection, and kind of pull it taut. So that the skin feels a little more firm. And then between your two fingers, where the skin is held firm, that's where you put the pen and do the injection. And it worked perfectly. Not a single drop of medication came out. So that was very late last night that I took that injection. I got a whole 3 hours of sleep. I was unable to fall asleep. I was uncomfortable. It was a little bit of that pre-anxiety that you kind of get before you're going to be sick. And then finally I fell asleep around 5 o'clock this morning. I fell asleep finally, and I slept until around 8 o'clock in the morning. And it was rough. Even that sleep was not very good, and I really struggled. I had dreams about being sick, and it was just getting in there because I woke up and I really didn't feel well. I will say I have not thrown up or anything at this point. I have not, but the nausea is pretty intense, and I have absolutely zero appetite today. I don't want to look at food, touch food, nothing. And, you know, I've heard some people say, you know, eat a little bit of protein. That can sometimes help with the nausea. But this is kind of gross, but, you know, this is it. This is what it is. But I'm, like, still burping, and, like, things are there from yesterday when I ate still, like 6-7 o'clock at night. And so I feel like my stomach's not digesting anything already. So I feel like adding anything on top of that is not the best idea right now. I just feel like it's a bad idea. But I am trying to stay hydrated. I'm sipping. I have my Circle water bottle with the like electrolyte formula sip in it. And so I'm sipping that slowly so that I don't get sick. I do have like a small baggie of peanut butter crackers here just in case I need something like dry with, I think there's 5 grams of protein in these little peanut butter crackers, so I brought those with me just in case. But it's rough, and I'm surviving on my Pepto-Bismol chewables right now. I feel like that's the only reason maybe I haven't gotten sick yet. That, and I haven't eaten. So, whew, it's rough so far. It's definitely rough. And now I don't know if this is because, you know, this is just the medication and the way it is. Or if it's, you know, as bad as it is because I had that week off from medication because I had that pen failure. And after a lot of research, I know that has happened to a lot of people. It's fairly common, unfortunately. And I know that it can happen at any point in you taking the medication, which is kind of scary to me. Because, you know, no matter what, a week off of the medication is a week off of the medication, even if you've been on it a long time. So, you know, further down the line, I could be on this medication for months and then have a pen not work, and then, you know, we're back at this again. So that to me is a little iffy. I really wish they would figure out the faulty pen situation, because I was really surprised to see how many people that's actually happening to when I was looking into it. But I think I mentioned this in the last video, but just in case I didn't, they are going to take back the faulty pen from me. They're going to send me the shipping supplies so I can just send it over to them, which makes me feel better, makes me happy, because I'd rather them have a look at this thing and, you know, hopefully it helps them do something different with these pens or make it so that they don't have this issue anymore, you know, because that in the end is what's most important to me. So yeah, first dose last night. Obviously there's no updates on weight loss or anything because literally it was just last night, but I wanted to let you all know what was happening with my, like, the side effects and everything so far, just because I'm like going through them right now. I've heard some people say it subsides after the first 1 to 2 days, which is why I took it before my 2 days off. However, I mean, I have a lot of appointments today too, so that kind of sucks. I literally have a bag in here just in case I get sick. And then I heard the opposite. I heard some people, the worst of the side effects happens on days 3 and 4, and then it like gradually gets worse the few days after you take the medication. So that scares me too, because my day 3 will land on my work day, and I cannot miss work. I cannot miss any work right now. I'm struggling. So yeah, so after my malfunction pen, that left me with 3 pens of the 1.7 dosage. So I have 2 more after today. So it's a once weekly injection. Oof, oh gosh. Okay. It's a once weekly injection. So that means I'll have 3 weeks on the 1.7. So the one I took last night, and then 2 more weeks worth that I have. And then I have the next refill that's in place is for the next dose up, which is, I believe, the highest. It's 2.4 milligrams. I think that's just, you know, that's their maintenance oh my gosh, I can't talk. Maintenance dose. I'm focused so much on not being sick right now. So yeah, after another couple doses. I'll be moving up, which is kind of scary again, but you know, we're gonna do what we need to do. And yeah, that's that. So just like I was doing with the Saxenda, my hand is not, I have bad carpal tunnel. Just like I was doing with the Saxenda, I am going to be doing weekly updates. Hopefully I'm going to stick with these Thursday uploads. So every Thursday I'll try to upload a video just talking about, you know, how the past week went, and any weight loss that I've seen in the prior week. So yeah, that's basically it. I pop back in if there are any like significant changes though. I'll make sure to stop by and let you all know what's going on with that, but that's that. I will say that with the pen functioning properly, it was pretty much painless. I like that. You can just barely feel like the little prick of the needle when you're first pressing it down, because it just starts to contact your skin, and then it just boom. And it really didn't hurt much at all. I actually had less of a sting than I did with the Saxenda with this medication, so I thought that was kind of neat. And plus, you know, the fact that I only have to take this once a week and I don't have to remember to do anything every single night, that sounds great. I love that. But yeah, let's hope I can eat today. And I have protein shakes at home, so if I need to, I can try to sip on those just to make sure I get something in, because I heard that not eating at all really like amplifies the nausea, and that's the last thing I want to do. Good. Holy crap, this sucks so far. But you know, I'm remaining hopeful that it's gonna get better, and I'll keep you all updated. And I hope everyone's staying healthy and happy, and I will see you all again next week or sooner. Bye.